Good morning, students. Topic for today's discussion is histology of male reproductive system. The male reproductive system consists of a pair of testes, which is the site of spermatogenesis, ductus deferens or vas deferens, which conveys the sperms from testis to penile urethra. The semen not only contains the sperms but also has the secretions from accessory sex glands, such as prostate, seminal vesicle, and bulbourethral glands. Testes. These are the paired organs which are located in a pouch-like structure known as scrota. These testes are covered by three intrinsic coverings. These are visceral layer of tunica vaginalis, which covers the testis from all around, and along the posterior border of the testis, it continues with the parietal layer of tunica vaginalis. Deeper to the tunica vaginalis is tunica albuginea. This is a fibrous covering which covers the testis from all the surfaces. From the posterior border, the tunica albuginea enters into the substance of testis, forming the mediastinum testis. The anterior convex margin of mediastinum testis, it gives origin to some septas. These septas divides the testis into 250 to 300 lobules. These lobules are occupied by 1 to 4 seminiferous tubules. Deeper to tunica albuginea is the third layer, that is tunica vasculosa. Tunica vasculosa is a vascular layer and it forms the interstitial connective tissue which surrounds and supports the seminiferous tubules. These interstitial connective tissue fibers convey the blood vessels to the testes. In the transverse section of testis, the outermost layer is seen, that is tunica albuginea, that is the fibrous layer. Deeper to tunica albuginea is tunica vasculosa. The tunica vasculosa layer sends the interstitial connective tissue fibers which convey the blood vessels to seminiferous tubules. Along with these connective tissue fibers, some cells can be seen. These cells are known as interstitial cells of Leydig. In the transverse section, highly coiled seminiferous tubules are seen, which are lined by the stratified epithelium or germinal epithelium. This germinal epithelium contains mainly two types of cells. One is the spermogenic cells, which undergo the process of spermatogenesis to give rise to the sperms, and the other cells are supportive cells. These supportive cells are Sertoli cells. These Sertoli cells provide nutrition and support to spermatogenic cells. The spermatogenic cells are immature, which divide mitotically to produce the different types of spermatocytes. The primary spermatocytes are the largest cells in the seminiferous tubules, and these primary spermatocytes occupy the middle region of the germinal epithelium. The primary spermatocytes divide meiotically to produce secondary spermatocytes. The secondary spermatocytes immediately undergo meiosis II division to give rise to the smaller spermatids. So the secondary spermatocytes are rarely seen. The developing spermatids are embedded in the Sertoli cell with their tails extending into the lumen of seminiferous tubule. The Sertoli cells extends from the base to the lumen of seminiferous tubule, and these cells are characterized by oval nucleus. Surrounding the seminiferous tubule is the basement membrane. This basement membrane contains the nuclei of fibroblast cells and interstitial cells of Leydig. The interstitial cells of Leydig secretes the male sex hormone, that is testosterone. Ductus deferens or vas deferens, it shows the narrow irregular lumen with the longitudinal mucosal folds. It shows the three layers: mucosa, muscularis layer and adventitia. The mucosa is lined by the pseudostratified columnar epithelium with stereocilia. Underlying the mucosa is the next layer, that is lamina propria. The lamina propria is mainly occupied by collagen and elastic fibers. Outer to the lamina propria is the thickest layer, that is muscular layer. This muscular layer is formed by the muscular layer is occupied by the muscles arranged in three layers. The innermost layer is thin and it is formed by the longitudinal muscle fibers. The middle layer is thickest layer formed by the circularly oriented muscle fibers, and the outer layer is again longitudinal muscle layer and it is thin. The muscle layer is covered by the adventitia, which is occupied by the loose areolar tissue, blood vessels, and nerves. Seminovesicle, these are the paired glands located on the posterior side of urinary bladder. The gland shows the irregular lumen with the primary mucosal folds. These primary mucosal folds further branch to give rise to the secondary mucosal folds. These secondary mucosal folds anastomose with each other to form the irregular lumen, showing the mucosal crypts. These are the mucosal crypts. The lining epithelium for the gland is pseudostratified or low columnar epithelium. Just underneath the lining epithelium is lamina propria. The lamina propria extends into the primary mucosal folds and partially to the secondary mucosal folds. Outer to the lamina propria is muscular layer, which is formed by inner circular muscles and outer longitudinal smooth muscle fibers. The outermost layer is adventitia, formed by the loose connective tissue, and it conveys the blood vessels and nerves. Prostate is a fibromuscular or tubuloacinar type of gland. It is situated inferior to the neck of urinary bladder. The glandular acini are lined by the simple columnar or cuboidal epithelium or pseudostratified epithelium. The glandular acini, this represents the irregular lumen. Some glandular acini contains the proteinaceous secretions which condense to form the prostatic concretions. These prostatic concretions are the characteristic feature of prostate gland. The fibromuscular stoma of gland is characterized by the smooth muscle bundles and the connective tissue fibers which are blending together. The ducts of the prostate gland runs in the fibromuscular stoma and they are lined by the columnar epithelium. The bulbourethral glands are the tubuloacinar gland and they are covered by the capsule formed by the connective tissue fibers. These connective tissue fibers send some septas to the gland and divides the gland into lobules. The glandular epithelium is columnar or pseudostratified. The excretory duct of the gland is lined by the pseudostratified cells or stratified columnar cells.